All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Are you looking for a high-quality beach and sand scoop? Are you trying to take your hunting to the extreme? How about an American-based company that stands behind their product and everything they sell? Then check out our friends over at XTREME Scoops. John has been making scoops for some time now and makes a quality beach and sand scoop to take your hunting to the next level. XTREME Scoops recently released their new sand shredder that works great in the water and on the beach. And if you're a new Equinox user, you may want to check out his Surfmaster X3 that can trap those small targets you new Equinox users are finding out there. XTREME Scoops' company approach is let's do it right. So do it right, buy it once, and go to the extreme. XTREMEScoops.com. That's XTREME scoops.com. Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show. All right, we're back and we're live once again. You are listening to Beyond Sight and Sound, metal detecting and treasure hunting radio for all the really cool digging people out there. And when I look into the chat, I see the Bills are in, Mark's in, Barb, Grant. I believe I saw Grant up here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. So XP Team USA, fellow member in the house. Nice. Good to see. Good to see. Let's see here. Trying to catch up on the chat here a little bit. Fred's in. Welcome to Fred. As I was going live, Nelson, welcome aboard. Yeah, as I was going live, right as I was going live, somebody's trying to reach me on Facebook. Usually doesn't work real well when I'm in front of the computer for the show. But, so it distracted me for a minute. I had to check and see what was going on and give a quick answer back. And, yeah. Now we're all caught up, hopefully. So welcome to everyone. If I missed anybody, who knows? I think I've hit. Well, I think I've hit most everybody now at this point. So welcome aboard to everyone, and obviously it's June 16th. So happy Father's Day to our fathers out there, the diggers out there that are dads, definitely. Also, I see that that Barb is in. She made the trip safely. I believe that she is actually in Massachusetts now at this time. She's out there on the island. Suki's in. Good to see. Good to see. Okay. So, links in the description. First and foremost, our friends over at Shooters and Prospectors, Chuck Smalley, the man with the plan, the dealer of choice. Our link to our friends over at XTREME Scoops. Great scoops John's doing over there. Our link to our friends over at DETECTEES.com. Ken, Mark, Darth, Buddy, and the gang doing a great job with all of the things that they do. The Beyond Sight and Sound apparel, Relics Radio, Dirt Pirates, the list goes on, really. Speaking of which, I saw there were a few people with questions. The other day, I uploaded a photo giving a shout out to DETECTEES.com, Ken and Mark and them, of a one-off, a test, basically. A few of us have the cooling towels, which this is a great time of the year for something like that. Some people were asking, why can I not find them on the website? How much are they? When will these be available? Patience, grasshoppers. They're just one-offs. They're test runs right now at this point. Ken's trying to see how they're going to go, how they're going to hold up. So they did send a couple out. We are currently, I don't know, what Ken and some others are currently evaluating the product, see how it's going to hold up. If it seems like it's good and we like it, or there's some good feedback about it, good positive feedback about it, maybe you will soon see that option on DETECTEES.com, where you can order, your shirt, your long sleeve, the t-shirt, the long sleeve shirt, the hoodie, or the cooling towel. So far, from what I've seen, I think it's a good idea. I think he might have a hit on his hands, definitely. We'll see what happens. I've been trying to get out and put it through the paces a little bit myself. Unfortunately, with the weather, Mother Nature is not cooperating with us at this current point in time. As a matter of fact, before we were going live tonight, we did hear the thunder rolling in again. I think they said there was the possibility, depending on where the boundaries fall, we could receive 6 inches of rain this weekend. The forecast has changed a little bit, but now instead of rain all weekend, we've got rain, chance of storms, clear up to the end of next weekend. So I guess if I'm going to get out digging, it's going to be in the water. I mean, hey, if I'm going to get wet anyway, might as well go to the water. Definitely. But the cooling towels, like I was saying, it's definitely a very, very cool idea, very handy piece to have, especially if you're somebody that is a little heat sensitive. You get overheated easily, either just due to your physiology or the medications that you may be on, or if you're just in a more a hotter climate. What is the weather down in Florida now? I'm sure Mark can put in the chat and let us know. I mean, maybe it's hot and muggy, maybe it's breezy and rainy. Not real sure. But I'm pretty sure that Mark also has one that he's checking out. Speaking of which, this is the time of year that we get into hurricane season for Florida. So hopefully everything moves smoothly for them and they don't get hit with nothing nasty like what was it there a couple of years ago? I think Irma really kind of tore things up for Florida and, well, a number of other places as well. So we're certainly keeping everyone in our thoughts during hurricane season. Not a fun time. And I see that, yeah, that sounds about right. Being hurricane season, it's raining every day there. Well, what do you do? What do you do? So, yeah, other than Shooters and Prospectors, Extreme Scoops, and Detectees, we've also got the links for our friends at XP Team USA, Facebook page, website, podcast, blog articles, and you can also find them on YouTube by searching XP Team USA, or I'm sure if you go over to the Facebook group or the website, you will find the link there as well. And I guess realistically, I should have it in the description of the show. I keep forgetting to put it in there. Fortunately for all of us listening, and myself, it's a simple YouTube name to remember. Real easy to find on YouTube. And they've got a number of videos up there. Good videos. And most recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact, some of XP Team USA attended the 10th anniversary Dayton Diggers event. I saw the photos, nice photos. Bill was there. I don't know if both Bills were there, but I know Bill Hayes was there. He got to meet up with some of the Team USA members. Let's see. Dave D was there. Sonia was there. Tim Glick was there. I should have been there. Although, let's see. Dayton Diggers had reached out to me and invited me on behalf of Beyond Sight and Sound, and then Dave had gotten a hold of me too to see if I was going to be there. I was going to try to make it, but with the other things that we've had going on here, it was not feasible at this point in time. Still dealing with some vehicle repairs to make sure that it'll travel okay. And, you know, it's not cheap to get that stuff done. Never mind the fact of still kind of recovering from the tornado and the purchases that had to be made due to that, either leading up to or extenuating from. So unfortunately, at the last minute, I hated to do it, but I had to back out. Financially, logistically, it wasn't feasible for me this weekend. I did let them know, though. Gave them as much notice as I could, anyway, which wasn't much because I was reviewing every possible option that I could think of. So I did try to let them know, and also told them, please, by all means, keep us in mind for next year, and we'll see what we can do then. So who knows? Maybe we can do something for them next year, because they do this event every year. So, other than that, the rest of the links in the description. We do have the links in still for River Styx Outdoors, his YouTube channel, Facebook page, and direct link to his most recent giveaway. But by all means, if you are attempting to enter, please go and find the video on his YouTube channel and listen to the video, watch the video, read the description closely. If you would like to get yourself entered into that, obviously there's a chance of coming out of it with a $100 gift card, which, welcome to Paul. Who doesn't want a chance at a $100 gift card? So, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, he's still got that contest running. And he's added some other videos. Some other very interesting videos. So if you have not subscribed to him, make sure, go over, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. I know he recently uploaded a video of the Fort Wallace Museum, I believe is what it was. A lot of nice history, a lot of finds that was donated by a metal detectorist. So you may want to go check that out. Hit that notification bell and subscribe, though, because the last I knew, I believe it's tonight or tomorrow, he will have another video going up, if I remember right. So, yeah, he's doing the contests, he's doing the giveaways, but he's also adding content along the way, too, as he goes along on his adventures. And, you know, the channel is titled River Styx Outdoors, so you never know what's going to be coming next. Maybe it's detecting, maybe it's fishing, maybe it's visiting a historical site or an old ghost town or a museum. Who knows? Maybe he's out playing with the ATV or something. Maybe he's cooking a rack of ribs. Quite a bit of variety on the channel. Other than that, the other links in the description is we have links in there tonight for a new, well, I'm not going to say new, welcome to Michael, a relatively new Facebook group and YouTube channel that, my apologies, I've kind of dropped the ball on this one. I've known about it for a few weeks. I've been in communication with some of them. Good group of diggers. They got some interesting things going on their Facebook group and their YouTube channel. They're trying to put consistency out there. I believe they said that they're going to be uploading videos every Monday. Don't quote me on that. Either way, the Facebook group has less than 100 members currently at this point, but they're working on some interesting things, and as the group grows, I'm sure that we will see more interesting things unfolding over there. And they do have a very creative way that they're doing their videos on YouTube. They've got a few of them up already, and we have the links tonight for their Facebook group as well as their YouTube channel. If you want to go over and join the group or subscribe to them on YouTube, let them know you heard about them here on Beyond Sight and Sound. I know I do have them as a recommended group in the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound group, and I had mentioned before that maybe I could give them a little bit of a shout out here on the podcast, and that's where I say, you know, apologies, my bad, I kind of dropped the ball on that. I meant to get it done sooner, but hey, it's there tonight, so shout out to all Metal Militia on Facebook and YouTube. Like I said, good group of guys. They're doing some interesting things. They've got some interesting things in store, the way it sounds. So, yeah, it'll be nice. So far, their videos have been entertaining. And for you GW Button fans, you should go back and check out, I believe it was last Monday's video. Not only was there one found, but there were two found by two different hunters. GW Buttons. I'm sure those people were very, very excited. One of them was actually Miss Detectorist that we've had here on the show. So, definitely nice. And let me see here. It looks like Chuck is talking about Andy's Equinox book, which is out now, by the way. The last I knew. I had planned on getting him back on the show to discuss a little bit of it with him, but I have not done that. And I'm sure that by this point somebody, I mean, good Lord, there's, walk out your back door and throw a rock. There's a show on at any given point in time about the hobby. Not like when we first started out. Definitely. So maybe by this point he's already been able to discuss a little bit about his Equinox book somewhere else. I don't know for sure. I have been kind of tied up with other things here at home. So I have been missing some of the shows. But that's alright. Let's see. Looks like Fred is saying... Fred's talking about GW buttons in the chat. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. So I think I've covered... Oh, one other link... I think it's right there at the bottom of the show description. I tried to include it in the beginning of the chat tonight, just in case, for those who, I don't know, can't figure out how to access the show description or whatever. There is a link in there. Some of you may know I have been working on a batch of quick deploy paracord bracelets to donate to Operation Gratitude. For those who don't know, Operation Gratitude is a non-profit organization that sends out care packages to our deployed troops, first responders, wounded veterans, even family members of deployed veterans, deployed troops. And they try to include in each care package a quick deploy paracord bracelet. So I've been working on a batch of these to send out to Operation Gratitude. Just a small way to say thanks to those who serve. And recently, there had been a contest that happened to pop up. So the photo of the pile of quick deploy bracelets that are fixing to head out the door this week for Operation Gratitude was entered. And you can vote daily. You can share if you'd like. It doesn't cost anything to vote. But it would be greatly appreciated if people can go over there and give a vote. Obviously, it's the little contests like that is one of the ways that I procure additional paracord supplies to continue with projects like donating to Operation Gratitude. It's a little bit of time. The troops appreciate it. And it's for a good cause. Definitely for a good cause. It's just, like I said, it's a small way to say thanks. And realistically, yes, paracord does not necessarily cost all that much, but with what I've been doing with all of this, I'm gonna guess I've probably burned up a few 100 feet of paracord just trying to get these bracelets done for Operation Gratitude. So I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Anyway, moving on. I see that everybody's in the chat. Things are rolling along quite nicely. So once again, happy Father's Day to everyone. If you came in late and didn't catch it the first time around or anything like that. And obviously with the storms that we have rolling through here, we may make it a short show tonight so we can get out before Mother Nature starts batting us around like a little tinfoil ball again. So if anybody has anything that they would like to call in about, feel free to. As far as I know, the phone lines are working. We did have a little bit of a Skype issue a couple of shows back. Not sure how much of that was on Skype's end or on my end because of the intermittent communications that we had after the tornado and the Windows updates and things of that nature. So other than that, moving on with about the only other things that I had to mention was to mention that for those who have been following for a while, they know that we did the Pulse Dive giveaway, courtesy of Beyond Sight and Sound, Nokta Macro Detectors. It was going to take a little bit of time to get the prize out to the winner, and Matt Lomas had won that Pulse Dive. Some of you may have noticed he posted in the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, as well as the Beyond Sight and Sound page, and I think it may have even made it to my timeline, that he received his Pulse Dive pinpointer 2-in-1 combo the other day. So he was very excited to see that it had arrived. He was very thankful to have it, much appreciated. He did post up the picture, which was the kind of final contingency of the contest. He was very, very happy for what Deleek had done. He was very happy for what Beyond Sight and Sound had done and orchestrating the contest. And yeah, it sounded like he was planning on going out that night to start to run it through the paces. I did comment and tell him to keep us posted on how things were going with it. I don't believe he's posted anything yet. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. Maybe it's up on the Beyond Sight and Sound group, and I just haven't seen it yet. I did spend a couple of days in Facebook jail, so I may not have seen it yet. Maybe it's already there. Either way, speaking of the Pulse Dive 2-in-1 set, we know that the dealers are getting them their, I'm going to say at least somewhat readily available through your local dealers. I know Chuck has, I believe he's still got some. And I have seen other dealers posting that they have been receiving them. Not sure right offhand. I can't remember off the top of my head who they were. Well, and besides that, like I said, we promote shooters and prospectors here on Beyond Sight and Sound. Obviously, we definitely work with those who work with the show and like to reciprocate that. So if you're looking for one, you may want to contact Chuck. Speaking of which, I believe we've got him on with us. How's it going, Chuck?
It's going very well. Very well. And yes, I still have a couple Pulse Dives on the rack, and out of the first orders, and the reports I'm getting, they're liking them.
Yeah,
they're liking them as a winner.
Right. And I see where Gone Diggin', he put up just a brief unboxing video, not by any means to be considered a comprehensive review, just showed, hey, this is the box you get, this is what comes in it, seems like a robust built device. He likes the fact of the coil cover on the scuba detector head of it, or whatever you'd like to call it. And I believe, I want to say his was the yellow, which for those who may be curious, they're offered in yellow and black, and I believe you, sir, are carrying the yellow.
Yeah, if you're going to dive, that bright yellow is right up your alley if you got a little murky water, that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And so that's all I bought was the dive yellows.
And I would have to agree. I mean, it's great that Nokta Macro is providing color options for people, but I got to side with you on that. I mean, if you're going to be messing with a machine that you're looking at getting into possibly low visibility situations in the water, you're going to be better off to carry a yellow one as opposed to a black one. I mean, let's face it, the yellow one, it just sticks out there. It's easy to see. Even if you're on land, like the Profine 35s.
Right.
I've been messing with one of them for a while now, and I really like that bright yellow handle. You can't miss it. You
Nope.
can't miss it at all.
Nope.
And I believe...
Oh, for years, they were making pinpointers black and gray.
Yeah, and people kept losing them.
They get dropped evening, early, and they were lost. Or, different problems like that. Now they're making them in that bright yellow, and you can pick it out if you're in some tough, taller grass. You can find it anyway.
Right, yeah, and don't get me wrong, that's not to say that detracts anything from the Carrot. I still love the Carrot. It's a great pinpointer, nice bright orange color, but I really like the fact that some of these manufacturers, MindLab, Note to Macro, some of the other ones are really stepping up to the plate and giving, high visibility color options to their pinpointers for us out there in the field. And we've got another caller on with us too. I believe it looks like we had Tom sneak in there on us.
Hey, Chuck, how you doing?
Good.
Well, you say you have a couple of those in stock.
Yes, I do.
What are you asking for those, if I may ask?
The standard, it's 179.
Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody that's listening can say they heard it here first. I was going to do a video tonight, like he had said earlier, for River 6 Outdoors. But here's what I'm going to do. If I can get with you Monday or Tuesday, I'd like to buy one of those from you. And when I get here into Bozeman, I'm also going to buy a MindLab 35. And I'm going to give both of those away on my next giveaway.
Okay. You want a 35 too? I got them here.
Well,
Can you call me? Can you PM me and we'll arrange it?
Yeah, well, he can give you all my info. I've already committed to the lady that owns the store in Bozeman, Montana, because I made a call a couple days ago because I'll be up there this week doing the Ghost Town, Virginia City. So I would definitely do the 35 from you, but we can talk.
No, that's okay.
Futures.
That's okay.
No,
the pulse die's
we
fine.
can talk for future ones.
Yeah, and you give me a holler. Now somebody just they had a phone number on here, 419-549-5744. Is that correct?
That's mine.
That's
yours. I'm looking at the wrong one.
I can get you
a call-in number. I thought it was your numbers.
Yeah, I can get you two hooked up, no problem.
Get us hooked up, and we'll work out a deal for him. If he's going to give some away, I'll chat with him.
Right.
I'm probably going to want a couple. I'm probably going to get a couple of them from you because I want one to try for myself. I actually just bought the macro or the Nopta. I do really like it. What I didn't like about that one though, it is waterproof. But when you turn it on and off, it still beeps even when you have it in silent mode, unless there's something I haven't figured out yet. When I'm reaching in the hole, it's vibrate only. And the sensitivity on it is awesome. I really, really love it. But when you turn it on and off, it's still, you get the single beep when you go on, and you get like the 3 or 4 beeps, whatever it was, when you turn it on.
Oh, that's standard on them.
Right.
I mean, at the beginning and the end. The shutdown mode and the turn on mode?
Not to draw attention. Right, but if I don't want to draw attention, I don't want to beep at all.
Stealthy.
Exactly. Not to mention stealth figures or anything, but yeah.
Okay.
So
you just have to shoot the speaker.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Take yourself a little toothpick or something and tear that speaker out.
There you go. That I can't, I can't help you with. It's in there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it was nice talking to you, and I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, and we'll get numbers exchanged, and we'll talk, and I'll help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. And for anybody listening, if they haven't gone to look at that man's collection, I mean, it might be on my channel, but this has nothing to do with me. This guy he just died in December. He spent like 30 years collecting Indian, arrowhead, military, Civil War out there in Kansas.
I saw some of that. My gosh.
Boxes. Right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's an impressive collection.
I had a couple of people say, well, you got to check out this place or that place. And I'm sure those are just as impressive. But this was just one man 100% by himself. He did all of this alone. And he wrote down, documented, and cataloged every single piece. The biggest thing that got me was that he put them all categorically correct. He had them all.
Wow.
The 7th Cavalry, the 10th Cavalry, the 6th Cavalry. He knew where they
That's
all
cool.
went.
And
he knew none of this when he started. He was an ice cream man.
And watching that video, I couldn't help but think, because like you said, Chuck, you've seen some of it too. And when watching that video, I don't know why, but I just couldn't help but think the first thing that popped into my mind was Don Finch.
Yep, and that's what when I saw that, the man, you walk in, and he's that way too. He's got from the first coin ever found, logged through book after book after book of stuff, and Civil War, and it's, these guys had started that back in the early 60s doing this stuff, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I went ahead and I bought their membership, just because I was trying to support it. I go, well, here's a donation. And she goes, well, I'll just give you the membership. And I said, okay. So I wasn't trying to actually buy the membership. But I did buy the raffle. They have a old Stagecoach gun. It's a replica, but it's a working one for the 12-gauge double barrel and a 45 caliber. They're in the same case. So, hey, you guys, wish me luck. I win that one on the drawing.
Well, I hope you do.
Yeah, good luck with it.
So, anyway,
definitely.
I'll get off of here. You guys, I appreciate it, and please, if you can hold one of these for me till Monday or Tuesday, and
you got it.
Not a problem. Yeah, I will definitely.
I want to hear.
I'll give one.
And
away.
the others the other two are at the shop, or the other one or two are at the shop. I don't know if they sold another one over there.
Right. I will definitely
I've got
get
one
that.
for you.
I will definitely get that orchestrated and get you two in contact with one another.
All right.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, guys. And I'll be here
Thank
on the
you.
rest of the show, but I'll just be online. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for the call.
All right. Bye.
But yeah, so far I'm hearing very, very good things from people who do have the pulse dive units in their hands now at this point. And I believe as we go along, we will be hearing more about them. You've had some time to play around with one a little bit yourself, haven't you?
Yes, I have, as a pinpointer.
Okay.
I haven't, I'm not jumping in that river.
Right,
it's still high and wild.
Yes,
and
it is.
Everything we've got here, we're miles of water, literally fields. Just what it's like up there, probably in Ohio too. The rains have been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So when we get a chance, things settle down, or if I make it out east and southeast, or go see Mark, I'm going to be taking one and snorkeling.
Nice. Now, with the little bit of playing around you've had with it, with the pinpointer attachment, I know you've got an Amphibio. Have you tried using it with the Amphibio and pairing it to the headphones?
Yes. I had it took me a little bit, but I got it working.
Nice.
And it worked nicely. So,
nice.
That good unit. I mean, you're getting, and we're in that race again. Who's going to come up with the best, the most for your for your buck? We got one that'll hook up to a detector, but then you don't have to use it with that. You can use it underwater. You can use it as a standard pinpointer. But I've ran it alongside. It does chatter. It does make other detectors chatter.
Which is, yeah, I was going to say, that's to kind of be expected with it being a PI pinpointer. People
understand that it will do that with the,
Yeah, you will have a little bit of crosstalk there, quite possibly. And I'm not a big fan of air testing, but so far what I've seen on air testing, it seems to have some fairly decent depth. And yes, I'm sure if you've been playing with it, you've probably had it out in the field a little bit already.
Yep. I was testing it and changing it around a little bit, and it does very well. It's right up there at the top of the heap for the depth.
Good. That is excellent to hear then, because like you said, more bang for your buck. I don't think you're going to find a better deal right now as far as bang for your buck with this package being on the market, because now you've got the 2-in-1 set, the nice hard carry case, storage case with it. You can switch those around as you need. It's rechargeable.
And you know what you got to remember? This isn't 10 feet. This is 200 feet it can be taken down to.
Exactly.
So if you're a serious diver and you're working down 10, 20, 30 feet, that's right in your hand. That's pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of, granted, I'm sure you won't get the depth off of the little coil as you would, say, an Excalibur and dive configuration, but
right.
That's still a very handy piece to have if you're a diver and you're wanting to travel light.
Right.
So right. I think they've really thought it out, not to mention the fact that you've got the replaceable tip for the pen pointer. If you wear through that tip, just order
and that's a kit. That is the nicest kit that you're going to get to do dual duty, extra seals. The whole thing's there for it.
That is a good point. There are extra seals in there. You just got to remember, though, folks, if you're diving with it, you've got it in the water, make sure to use the proper end cap. Because I do believe it also comes with a vented end cap for land use.
It's great. And yes, and then I was reading Bill's post, when you switch back and forth, does it make that transformer sound? No, it doesn't.
Leave it to Bill. And I guess with River Styx calling in like that and you playing around with it, have you tried it in vibrate only?
Yes, I have.
Do you still have
I didn't hear beeps, Tom, if you're still on. I see that. You want to for sure. And so, but if you're going to be underwater using it, the beeps won't mean anything. Above ground, well, maybe.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But still, it's a nice unit, I think.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, but, get me Tom's info, and I'll chat with him sometime here come Monday, Tuesday, and we'll get things straightened out. But I was out today and had a good time for a while, and I went and I put, I can't believe that they haven't picked up the book for the Equinox and saw the programming that's in there yet. Now, I've been modifying programs as I went along, but, of course, Andy goes through it systematically, really tears into it. And then they've got different people that are using it. In fact, one of my customers out on the East Coast has his U.S. plate that he found in the back there, and nice. He's pretty proud of that, but he found it with the 800.
That's one of the things I like about Andy's books. He always explains everything very well and provides a lot of very nice photos of finds.
Yes, he does indeed. So it's well worth the $20 because I've been looking through programs, and some I'm pretty close on, and I modified accordingly on one. And I was in a clay area today, and it was so much trash. You can put a bigger in the ground. Just pick a spot. You're going to come up with junk. You're going to come up with iron. You're going to come up with pull tabs, foil, all this stuff laying. And literally, I had a bottle cap on one side, a big nail on the other, and I got two Wheaties and a beautiful, beautiful mercury dime that's probably, the luster on it, I couldn't believe it. It looked like I dropped yesterday in that clay.
Nice. Yeah, the clay does a real good job of preserving it.
A lot of that crap, and I've used the 3030, the E-Track, other detectors, Amphibio had found some stuff. They've all found stuff in there, but this thing was picking it right in the junk, that 800, that program. And it's called cherry picking.
And I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken, you've even, you carry the books for the Equinox.
Yeah, well, I'm out of them right now. I'm waiting on another case. I went through a case.
That's
I've got another case coming, and she's run out of them. Charlene's out of them, and what she had to supply out, and then the printer won't be out for, second print won't be out for till the 26th or 27th of this month. So there's going to be a gap there, but we've got them online under AIP Mining Supplies on online. So He got another case in, and so I'm out here, but he's going to have them there.
Right, so it
Outdoor,
sounds like Joey got some of
and
the last of this run.
Right. So
Nice.
It's been good. That book's good, folks. It really will help you get the most out of your Equinox, period.
Well, and same with his other books. I mean, his Deus Handbook, the E-Triac, the CTX, all of them. They're very well put together books.
Yes, it's amazing. And he's gotten better as he went along. The E-Track book at the beginning was a little harder to go through than the 3030, and the Deus books very much laid out. He's got it down, and now this Equinox, what a tool to enhance what you bought.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I tell people, that if they're thinking about going to a Deus, that's one of the first accessories they should pick up is Andy's book.
Yeah, Tom says he wants one. So if anybody's needing one, we can. I think I've got one promised here to a gal, and I think there might be one at the shop in Bettendorf. And Joey has a case coming in to put back online. We ran through a case out there so fast it made our head swim.
That's good. That's what we like to hear. I mean, if you're going through product that fast, business is going good.
Yep.
That's the way to keep it. Nice.
Bill saying he can't imagine tweaking it, and he said he hadn't had his long enough. As soon as you get it in your hands, you should be able to take off with it. But this will tweak it a bit, buddy, and you'll be surprised.
That's one thing I can say about the Equinox. It is definitely a turn-on-and-go machine. But if you get in there and start playing with it, I mean, some people have already been surprised with the Equinox just out of the box. But if you get in there and start tweaking it around, it's an eye-opener.
That's right.
That being said, I still, yes, it's an Equinox, it's a great machine, but it's not a CTX.
Right. Well, it's fast. That's the big thing in this trash, and it gets good depth.
And in that aspect, yeah, you're right. It is faster than a CTX.
Right. Right. I see Barb's, Night, Barb.
Yeah, she's been running pretty hard. She finally made it back there to Mom's. So
well,
she's up there in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I think she may have damaged her charging cable for her Equinox, though, in the trip somehow.
Uh-oh. Hope
yeah,
she didn't shut on it.
Yeah, I don't know what she did, but I do believe I saw a post from her yesterday saying something about the cord for her Nox is damaged beyond repair. So that's unfortunate for her. That's an oopsie.
Not good.
No.
Have to get a replacement. Call, warranty ain't going to cover it. Just have to call, get it from Tony?
Yeah, she's probably gonna have to
buy another set.
Yeah, find a local dealer and grab one from them, or order it online.
I think if there's anybody in Massachusetts, I don't know what town she's in, close to where she could grab one.
She's on the island up there, Martha's Vineyard.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's really got the cards stacked against her.
Yep.
But, as long as she charged it before she left, she can get quite a bit of use out of it before she has to be forced to find a cable. So hopefully it works out okay.
I can't think of any place close to Martha's Vineyards other than dropping back to Jersey at Gold Diggers.
Right, Ronnie's.
There's somebody in Massachusetts, but I think they're over toward the western side.
Yeah, at that
point. But anyway,
she
can swing by there on the way home. If she get a little time off, maybe she can swing in and say hi to Ronnie.
Well, yeah, that's an option too. As long as she can make it through her stay there on the island, she can always grab one on the way back home too, or make sure to put her order in for one and And maybe she'll have it waiting on her when she gets home if she goes that route. That's always an option too.
Okay, metaldetector.com in Scarborough, Barb.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm not.
Barb said she says she's not going. She said night, and I thought she was leaving. She was saying night to somebody else.
Oh, well, here I thought she was leaving. I saw her post earlier.
You're gonna want that Knox out there on that beach.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought I saw her post earlier. She was sitting on the front porch enjoying the weather, probably having a beer. Maybe she decided she was just going to get out of the show and enjoy the weather or something. But apparently she's still in there with us. Good to see.
Oh. She says the coil is trashed. She's got the large one for backup.
Oh, that sucks.
Oops.
Yeah, that one hurts. Wow. That's going to be a little pricey.
Yeah.
Well, ouch. Lesson learned there, I guess. Not sure how it happened or anything, but still, that stings.
All right, I've replaced one already that got ran over.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Backed over.
Now that wasn't by you, was it?
Yeah, it was near here. About
Wow.
100 miles out. Called me up and said he bought the extra shaft and the extra, the large coil. Put the large coil on, had the stock coil, put everything in the truck, had that propped up, and it got ran over, and it did not do any favors to it.
I'm sure it did not. Ouch.
Oh, yes.
Well, I guess in terms of that, I mean, we saw we're there for a while. We went through a spell that the 6-inch coil was tough to get hands on, and then the 15, and now they seem like they're coming more available. Have we ever had an issue with the stock coil being hard to get a hold of?
You know, I don't know. I was able to get one.
Nice. And we've got another caller on with us. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, this is Mark from All Metal Militia. I was just calling to say how much we appreciate you giving us a shout-out on your show.
Oh, hey, no problem. I guess while you're on here, go ahead and let the listeners know for themselves what you guys are up to and about. I'm sure Chuck would just love to hear about those GW buttons that showed up in the last episode.
Yeah, those were found by one of our members, Jim. He was up at the cellar hole there with a friend of ours, Maya, and I believe Jay and Ed were there. I didn't happen to get out that day. Unfortunately, I was kicking myself pretty hard for it that day, but we were happy to see him pull those out for sure.
Oh, that's
we've been
nice.
doing a lot.
Yeah.
And what do you guys call yourselves? The what?
All Metal Militia.
All
Yep,
metal.
All Metal.
Militia.
Right. And I do have their
That out.
I do have their links for their Facebook group and YouTube channel in tonight's description.
Okay, I'll check that out. See if I can get a look at you guys, gals.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
we've got a video coming out every week for sure.
right. And it's still a relatively small group on Facebook. I think they're still under 100 members, so maybe some of the listeners tonight will go over and request to join.
Yeah,
we
we'll
would definitely
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Hey,
now, how
no
many's
problem.
in your group?
We're getting up near 200 now, but just about.
Oh, okay.
But you know, we definitely would love to have anybody that would like to join come over and check out what we're about. We're pretty serious with what we do, but we also like to have a lot of fun. You know, especially in the group. We like a lot of engagement with our members, as much as possible. on different subjects in the hobby. Everything from what we actually find to the reasons that we do it. Just all the passions that we share with our members. It's all really important to us.
Nice.
Good. Sounds like you're in it for the right reasons.
Yeah, that's what I was
thinking. When the fun gets out of it, when you're not having fun anymore and it becomes kind of a drag, some people just fade away from it. But as long as you keep it fun and that informative and that kind of stuff, that's a great way to go about it.
That's the important
part.
part.
Yeah, absolutely. It can sometimes it can be a bummer to get out and, not find a whole lot, but those are the times where I try to take in, all the other reasons that I'm out there, not just to dig up, quote unquote treasure, but to, just be out and experience the landscape, live kind of in the moment that, our forefathers did, try to imagine how things were for them. And, that's really important to us, but there's also personally me, I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, and this hobby's helped me.
It'll do it.
Right?
Yeah, hiking up will definitely do it.
Yeah,
so,
I mean
there's all kinds of things we try to get to with it.
Yeah, you're reaping other benefits while you're out there, like you said, the good cardiovascular workout and things of that nature. You're losing some weight and enjoying the outdoors and all of that too. And they're in a great spot too. I believe they're up there. Generally the New England kind of region, I guess we'll say geographically. It looks like we've got Barb on with us too.
Hey, real quick, Mark Hoover, question up for you. Is Maya part of the all-metal militia? She found a George Washington button.
She is part of our greater group. Right now we're kind of, trying to work out exactly what the parameters of our group are. Right now, we the 6 of us admin are like the core of the group, and then we've got what I personally have kind of dubbed the reserves. Those are our friends, and what I consider our family is our Facebook group, and a growing family, a quickly growing family that we're happy to have around. Maya is a good friend of ours, yes.
Nice.
Very good.
And she was in the last video and found one of those GWs, so good for her. Good job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great to see.
I would have to agree. Definitely. Well, that is awesome. Hopefully, continued success to the group and the YouTube channel. You guys are moving right along with it.
Oh yeah, we're trying very hard to to expand upon what we're doing. We're trying to get a kids seeded hunt possibly going in a few months, maybe. Something specifically for children that we can donate the proceeds to a charity of some sort or another, especially a local charity around here, would be great. And we've got a few in mind. We're just kind of spitballing ideas back and forth about that right now, but it's something that we're trying to put together for sure. We want to, give back to the community around here as much as possible and still be able to give back to the metal detecting community by putting some kids on some good ground. And also seeding in some stuff for the beginners, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Are you going to be at that Pound the Ground Adirondack Coast in October, per Mark?
Me personally, I am not sure yet. That all depends on if I get the roof built on my house right now.
Oh, there you go. Some things are pretty important, Darren. That sounds like it.
Right, yeah, got to prioritize.
Yes, sir.
With all the rain getting up here, absolutely, yep, it's kind of an important thing. So I'm still on the fence with that. I would love to go. It seems like a good event. I'm fairly certain that a couple to a few of, if not possibly every other member of our admin will be there. But yeah, I mean, some priorities are going to get taken care of first, but I would love to be able to be there.
Nice. All right. Well, hopefully you're able to get your roof buttoned up in time. You may be able to make it yourself then.
All right. Well, we just wanted to call in and say thank you for for giving us that shout out. We definitely appreciate it.
Anytime. Happy to help spread the word. Hopefully you see some new members come over.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. You guys have a good night.
You too.
And happy
Thanks for the
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you.
You, yes, thank you.
Well, so what's Barb got going on? What'd you do to trash your coil out, Pirate?
I'll tell you, this trip has been a trip.
That's one way to put it.
Serious. Well, I was overwhelmed trying to get ready to leave, get the two gardens in. I had a half a greenhouse full of plants I've been planting over the last 2 weeks after work. And so I started packing. I got home, I think it's 7, 8 o'clock. And so I finished packing it like close to midnight. And I always put my detectors on the floor in the back seat with my shovel so I can throw my coats over when I stop so nobody sees them.
That's
and good. I threw my coil in, and the cord fell out, and I threw it back in and shut the door. Well, the coil cord got dragged from my house all the way to work, 35 miles, and it is trashed.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, when I got to work and started taking my plants out to put under the bushes.
Just that end, the coil itself is okay?
The coil itself is fine. It's the end that is like sheared off.
Call customer care, my lab. They may be able to replace just the plug for you.
Okay.
Just ask them. That's all I can tell you to do, and you'd have to send it in and not have to replace it. Tell them what you did. I mean, if you cut the cord down close to the cable, or the cable close to the coil itself, or you trash your coil, but the cable end, they may be able to have you send it in to have it done. I don't know what it would cost you, but it's cheaper than a whole new coil.
Right, and it is possible, since it's just the end, they may be able to do that. Because realistically, that cord's plenty long enough, even if they have to cut a couple inches off.
Oh, yeah, everything is fine except the end. The metal is gone. You know, the metal screw-on piece, gone.
Yeah, you did a good job.
And then the black part is at an angle where it dragged or bounced off the tar, and you can see the holes and all that, and I'm like, this is not the way.
They may
not the way to start.
You send it in, and maybe they can fix it. If they can't, well, ouch.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is, right? At least I have another coil.
Right. There is some saving grace here. At least you're not dead in the water, so to speak. You can still hunt.
Yeah, and then I left after work, and I got everything, all my plants, and I'd put them under the bushes at work. And I'm driving, and I stopped at 2 hotels, no parking. They got rooms, but there's no place to park unless you want to park out in the back 40. And I'm like, I ain't doing that with my detectors. And so I finally just pulled over at the rest stop, and I had to pull a bunch of stuff out to get my blanket. And I left plants on the ground. I hope somebody took them. I forgot to put them back in, but at 2:45 in the morning when you're exhausted, it's like, okay, there's another thing. They were my moon vines and some other plants. And when I got to my sister's, I'm like, where'd all my plants go? I was like,
So you're kind of like playing Johnny Appleseed across the country.
I'll tell you. But on a good note, I did get some sleep, and I put my mother's garden in today, and we went out for a big seafood dinner that was to die for. And so it'll be okay.
There you go.
That's a good attitude to have. It'll be okay.
Yeah, my mom's like, you messed up your coil, and I'm like, like Dad always says, don't sweat the small stuff. It could be worse.
Right. Well, and we know how you travel, so even if you had trashed the coil or the charging cable or whatever, chances are good you've got another machine in the vehicle.
I got the AT Pro, I got my XP DS, and I got the Knox with the big coil, but we're praying no rain on Tuesday. My great niece that we gave all the prizes to, that I gave my detector to, we're praying no rain on Tuesday. I've got her all day, and we're going to go to the beach and see what we can do.
Well, I'm sending as much of it as I can east because I'd like to get out and do some digging.
Don't send it east, please. Send it back west to Chuck.
No, I can't send it to Chuck. He's got enough water as it is. He's got enough.
Your burn house is in the house.
Oh, well.
I know.
Yeah, Chuck's got enough water as it is. We've got enough water as it is. Hell, we had responders out to do a water rescue last night, actually.
Boy.
Yeah, they got 2 of them right away. It took them a while to find a third one. Thankfully, they were okay, though.
Oh, cool. But the weather's beautiful. I can say that. The weather is beautiful.
Good.
Well, at least you've got that. The coil may not look so, the cable may not look so nice, but at least the weather is.
Yeah, so, and Mom's happy, you know. She's got a honey-do list longer than anybody.
Well, at least, hopefully, it's not the siren toilet this trip again.
No, thank the Lord. She got that fixed. Thank the Lord.
Nice. Good to hear. Good to hear.
No,
well, kids, I'm going to back out of here. And
nice shot.
Call that 800 number, and they may be able to help you without it costing you a fortune. Probably, something. But worst come, you might have to get another one. But anyway, you guys have a great night. Happy Father's Day to all of you.
Hey,
and, Randy, good seeing you down there, sir. And I'm sending you a lot of water from up north. I'm looking out the Mississippi myself. So take care, all. Have a great night.
Happy Father's Day to you as well, Chuck. Thanks for the call. I'll be in contact tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
Night
all.
Actually, on the ways, I don't know where I was, but I texted Heath. Oh, it worked. Once I realized I trashed it, and Mine Lab was closed Friday for inventory, but he was going to contact Deb.
Right.
What's her last name? I can't. And see if there was something they could do, even if I have to pay for it, and hopefully it won't be, having to go through, a dealer.
Right, yeah, because I highly, I could be wrong, I highly doubt them replacing it under warranty, but maybe they can at least repair the end and there'll be some sort of a nominal fee for that. Like Chuck said, I wouldn't even begin to know what that would be if they can do it. But if that's a possibility, that's still cheaper than having to shell out the cost to replace the whole coil through a dealer.
Yeah, they're proud of their coils, I can tell you that.
Yeah, try buying one for a CTX.
Gee, I was like, wait a minute, what did I pay for the 15-inch that's on there? And it's like, I think I paid like $215 or something like that. And I'm like, and you want $180 for a freaking stock coil?
Right, yeah, I mean, it's... I can tell you, like with the CTX, I've got 3 coils for the CTX, and you're talking $1,000 worth of coils, just in 3 coils.
Yeah.
It's like shopping for a Corvette.
But no, Heath was going to contact her and see if there's something Mine Lab can do for me, and it isn't like I haven't given them any money,
Right. Yeah, I mean, in those terms, if you've already got Heath on the case, tell him to get it done for you.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a GPX and I got a Knox, and so it is what it is. You know what? I just wanted the smaller coil to go in the water, but it is what it is. I guess I'll lose some weight swinging the bigger one. I just don't think the big.
You're a trooper.
I don't think. Yeah, but I just don't think the bigger one is as balanced. It like unbalances the machine. It like hurts my arm to swing that coil, and you put the stock back on, and it's like nothing.
Well, that's a good possibility. I mean, granted, it would stand to reason a larger coil could make it more front heavy. Myself, I don't know. I can't speak from experience in that aspect. I have not had any experience with the 15-inch coil yet. But I would also, if you don't, I would also recommend, if you're going to get into the water with the 15-inch coil, that arm strap can be your friend.
Yeah, well, we weren't going to go deep. We're just, the beaches here, they always say that little lip where the black dirt is right. Where you want to get. And right. If we go low tide, which is like, I think 1:30 in the afternoon, hopefully it's only going to be, up to like our knees,
Right. Well, if low tide's at 1:30, I'd be out there before that.
Yeah. Well, I think I can pick her. I think I have her all day. So, my niece, her guardian, is working all day. I'm like, can I come and get her? And she's like, yep, come get her.
Nice. That's awesome news.
Yeah, so I'm excited because I'll bet she hasn't picked up the detector since I was here last. So it's like, we're going to hit a park, too. There is a huge park down the street that I've never hit. And I know it's going to have tons of trash. And the park, it's bigger than 2 football fields.
Nice.
And it's a really old park. It goes back 100 and something years. And I think it goes back to the 1830s.
You're going to find something good there.
There's tons of trash because they do the fire department muster, which is this huge competition that not only the fire departments on the island, but from the Cape and New York, all kinds of people come. And it's a huge muster. I mean, it's a really big park.
Right.
And it may be 4 football fields. And so there's going to be garbage. But if there's some old silver in there, it's going to sing like a bird.
Oh, yes, it will. And, I guess we'll have to keep an eye out on your timeline or even the Dirt Pirates detecting group and watch for when you post your Indian.
Don't make me choke.
Right, that's exactly what Cody will say when he sees you post it.
I found the wheat today. I went to my nephew's house, which is 100 years old, and I dug, probably close to $1 in clad and 1 week.
Well, hey, at least you got out, you made some finds. That's the important part. I'd like to get out, but with the way this ring keeps coming through, I'd probably come home looking like a farm animal or something, like I had just wallowed in mud all day, and at that point I'm not so sure Tam would let me in the house.
Yeah, well, he has asked me numerous times to come over, and he doesn't know it, but I hit the yard one day when he wasn't there a year ago. But I'm like, okay, let's go over to the house, and, I took a picture, I haven't posted. It's a killer. I think it's brass, old. It's some part of a door. I don't know if it's an old bolt lock or if it's an old keyhole, but it sounded like a bird. And I'm like, this is part of your house. I said, this is really nice. And so I gave it to him.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. He's like, it's either a bolt lock, but it was brass. And so I'm like, here, let me take a picture. I'll post it later. And but I'm like, here, you want it? And he's like, you could tell he wanted it because, you know, he just bought this house 2-3 years ago. He's like, yeah, but you can take a picture. I said, hey, you want anything else? He's like, no. And then he comes out and he goes, here, and hands me this, shows me this wad full of coins with the walk-in silver, a $50 on it. And I'm like, nice.
Right. Can't beat that.
Well,
I guess.
Thanks,
Yeah, and you're going to be up there for, what, the next week or 10 days?
No, I go back home. I leave Friday to go to the Cape, and I'm going to stay the night with my sister. It really sucks because at the state I had 4.5 weeks off a year. I only have 2.5 weeks off, so Friday is no payday because I don't have enough time. But it's like, sorry, I have to come home and, you know, at least spend the week with my mom.
Right. Well, hey, we'll take the time that we can get anyway. And I guess
you know, she's 8. She just turned 85.
Right.
It's a little scary driving with her, but
and still finds more wheats than you do.
Did you see that? Is that ridiculous? And she handed me a Franklin half. She handed me a Franklin half and said, and I only had one Franklin half, and I gave it away on your auction to have a ring made out of it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
I think Steve won that.
And she handed me a Franklin half and goes, oh, yeah, my boss found this in the till and gave it to me for you. I'm like, you give me a Buffalo, a freaking Rosie, a Franklin, and 50-something wheats, and you think you had a bad year.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with the way the weather's been and everything, I think all of us are a little on the low side for totals this year, but you know, maybe it'll dry out for us. You know, we'll see. But especially with you being back up there, hopefully you remembered to bring your tick socks and your permethrin and all of that. Be aware.
I brought it all. I got DEET, I got permethrin, I got it all.
Good. Stay on
but
your
we're
guard,
going to hit
pirate.
this park. We're going to hit this park because there is only like 4 trees in this park, and they're on one side right near the road. And we're just going to hit that park because there has got to be something in that park.
Oh, yeah, you know there is. Definitely. Well, good luck with
and
it.
If people have hit it years ago with the old machines, with all the trash that's got to be in that park,
right,
there's still got to be stuff in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and hopefully
all right, I'm going to go.
Well, hopefully we get to see some photos of your finds, because I know you're going to be making some.
I hope so. If not, it'll still be fun to go out with my great niece and have fun.
Right, yeah. Hey, maybe even a little video clip of the adventure. Who knows?
Okay. I brought my camera. I got to charge it. Thanks.
Oh, well, see, at least that cable made the trip.
Smart ass.
Well, you know, hey. I honestly,
my mom got some...
Do what?
My mom has some nice black and white cats around here. I think I'll catch one and send it to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's an ordinance against pole kitties around here.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you said that your cable was damaged, I thought you were going to tell us that you sheared it with your shovel somehow loading the car.
Nope.
Well, that's good. That's a plus.
Yeah, no, I dragged it 30 miles to work.
Well, and in that aspect, good job. No sense in half-assing
it. Thanks.
Well, thanks for the call, Barb, and enjoy your trip. Hopefully it gets better. You know, it's all uphill from here, and safe travels back home as well.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
All right. We'll see you. All right. Well, man, we've had a busy board tonight. We had Chuck calling in, Barb, River Styx Outdoors, All Metal Militia, some happening stuff, I'm telling you. Definitely a well-rounded show. So once again, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. You know, whether you've got children or not, maybe you're a father figure to somebody or something like that. You know, you're mentoring someone in the hobby. That's kind of a fatherly sort of thing to do, right? So happy Father's Day to everyone. Hopefully all of those out there on a day where I'm sure everyone would like to spend time with their family. We appreciate everyone for dropping in and joining us tonight. On the way out, if you enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. You can follow us here on Spreaker. You can follow us on Facebook, the Beyond Sight and Sound page, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, Dirt Pirates group, Ohio Relic Hunters group, All Metal Militia group. Join us on all of them, one of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you. You can follow us on the wonderful podcast distribution services like iHeart, iTunes, many of the other distribution services out there, or even Ohio Metal Detecting over on YouTube. And while you're over there, check out All Metal Militia, River Styx Outdoors, Dirt Pirates Detecting, Ohio Relic Hunters. You know, there's a lot of great channels out there. I'm sure you all know about them as well. And for everyone else, if you have not had the chance to check those links, please, by all means, take a moment and go over and place a vote, if you can, for the quick deploy paracord bracelets. Like I said, that's one of the ways that I'm able to procure more supplies to continue to do projects like Operation Gratitude. It's a great cause. People appreciate it, and it's good to take a moment and give some recognition to people. Hey, you know, you are appreciated. Thank you for what you do. Whether you're a firefighter, a police officer, first responder, EMT, nurse, veteran, deployed serviceman or women, any of that. You know, they're very important parts that these people play, and sometimes it goes unrecognized entirely too much. So, hey, I think I'm going to roll on out of here. Everyone else, have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you on the pages. Make sure and watch the Beyond Sight and Sound page for a upcoming announcement, probably later in the week. We do have a guest lined up for Sunday, I believe, but we gave them the option to announce it first to their people, and then we will be announcing it on the page. We're out of here, folks. Have a happy Father's Day.